Hey YouTube, today we're going to talk about quote-unquote gun guys, and this is a very touchy subject for some people because they don't like to be stereotyped into a certain crowd, especially one called gun guys. Now, what is a gun guy? A gun guy is somebody who their hobby is firearms. Now, they may not be an expert in firearms, they may not have every firearm on demand or have a vast collection, but mainly their hobby is firearms. They like talking about firearms with their friends, even if their friends aren't into firearms. They'll try and persuade them into liking firearms. So what I've done today is I've narrowed it down to 6 handguns that all gun guys must own. And I'm going to start off by saying that you can deviate away from this. You don't have to have the exact same thing that I show you. You know, you can have a different brand, a different caliber, or something like that. But mainly, this is the ones, in my opinion, that all quote-unquote gun guys should have. So we're going to start off with a 22 pistol. And I'm going to show you, as I show you each one of these, that are not loaded. And all gun guys should have some type of 22 pistol in their gun safe or gun collection, whatever you want to call it. And the one that I chose here is a Ruger Mark 1. Now, these Ruger Mark series pistols are awesome because they're super accurate. They're really good for target shooting. You can take your buddies that are not into firearms as much and not familiar with them, and this is a good beginner pistol to take them to the range and get them comfortable. It's a 22 pistol. And this one here happens to be a really old one. This is one of the first released ones, which is the Mark 1. They have these all the way up to the Mark 4, and there's so many different kind of variations of it. But it's just a target pistol that has really good sights, really accurate. This one happens to have a bull barrel on it. But all gun guys should have a 22 pistol. We'll set that one down and we'll move on to the next thing. Next one's a Glock. All gun guys need to have some type of Glock, whether you hate them or you love them. Glocks are the most versatile weapons in the world. They have the largest aftermarket support of all handguns, and there's nothing you can't do to these. So, I mean, there's accessories to make these things do anything or look any way you want. There's people that make them, Cerakote them, different colors, but I believe if you're a true gun guy, you need to have some type of Glock in your collection. So this particular one here I happen to be showing you is a Glock 30S chambered in 45 ACP. And the reason I'm going to show you this particular one is moves on to my next one. All gun guys need to have some type of carry gun. And I'm going to use the same one as an example here because this just happens to be the one I carry. It's a very small, compact Glock 30S. And this is what I carry on me every single day. Your carry gun needs to be the one that you practice with the most, and you need to be the most familiar with it. You need to understand that it needs to operate with whatever type of ammunition you carry in it. It needs to be 100% reliable. And the reason I chose to go with Glock is they're known to be very reliable, and they have the quote-unquote Glock perfection stand behind them. So everybody needs to have some kind of, all gun guys that are in the firearms should be carrying a firearm, and they should carry something that is they're comfortable with, they're familiar with, and I chose to go with a Glock. So moving on to the next thing. All gun guys need to have at least one of them guns that they folded everything under the sun under, fully accessorized it out. And all the stuff you see in the magazines and on the internet and everything that you always want to bolt to your firearm, all gun guys need to have at least one handgun that's really tricked out and has all the stuff on it. And the one that I chose here is my FN545. It has a threaded barrel to put a suppressor on, which I am still waiting on. It has a light rail with a Surefire X300 light on it. So we got to have a flashlight on it. All gun guys have to have a flashlight on one of their guns. Has a plate on top of it to mount an optic to it. I chose to go with the dual illuminated Trigicon RMR. Every gun guy has to have at least one gun with an optic on it. And you can see the little green dot in there. And this is my tricked out one. This thing has everything on under the sun that you can possibly bolt to a firearm. So all gun guys have to have one that they put all the gadgets on to show their buddies that I bought all this stuff and bolted it to my gun. So next one we're going to move to is a revolver. All gun guys must have some type of revolver in their collection. And this one, there's a wide variety of different kind of revolvers you can buy, and there's all different sizes and shapes and calibers and everything, but revolvers are cool. A lot of people think they're outdated, but gun guys understand that they're not outdated and they are super cool. The one that I chose here is a vintage Colt Python, and this one's chambered in .357 Magnum. And everybody needs to have some type of revolver in their collection. You don't have to go buy the most expensive one. You have to buy the one that you like. And if you're a gun guy, you'll figure it out how to get the one that you like. The one that I happen to like is a vintage stainless steel Colt Python. And we'll set that one down the side. And last but not least, all gun guys need to have a 1911 in their collection. The reason they must have a 1911 is this is one of the oldest semi-automatic handgun designs known to man. This actually was introduced in 1911, so it's been around over 100 years, and you don't have to have this particular kind, but the 1911 has the most superb trigger you'll ever try, and gun guys love triggers. They love great triggers on guns, and they aren't going to get any better trigger than on a 1911. They're very accurate, very reliable if you know how to run one, and gun guys will sit there and learn how to run stuff. So all gun guys must have some type of 1911. The one that I chose here is a Wilson Combat Professional. You don't have to go with the Wilson Combat Professional, but I recommend having some type of 1911 that you like, you're comfortable with, and falls within your budget to go buy. But we'll set that down and let you know that these are the firearms that I feel that most gun guys should own. I categorized it into 6, and I used one of them for 2 of the categories. So I actually only have 5 firearms here in front of you. But let me know what you think if you're a gun guy, and if you have all these in your collection, and if you think I should have added something or deleted something. I'd love to hear from you, and thank you very much for watching my video today, folks, and you folks have a great day.